Hey everybody, it's Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. So this video is unfriendly militia or groups show up. What do you do? I'm just chilling out here watching the campfire. We're going to camp out in that tent with the kids tonight out here in our garden and everything. And, got my baby here for protection, because there's bad guys out there. Anyway, so this video is brought to you by awesome subscriber, Graynode. He's got a lot of good stuff. Check out his channel. He's I'm pretty sure he's still doing a channel. I don't never get to really watch YouTube. You guys know that. But good dude with good input, and so this is his input for a video. And so, I got some notes written down here. You'll see me glance down them every once in a while. But basically, you're talking like an enemy group, or, well, the title was Unfriendly Militia, so we get that. So it's an unfriendly group. The biggest thing is trying to figure out what their intent is. Comes down to it. So how do you do that? First of all, you need to be aware of their numbers. Are you dealing with the whole group? Or are you dealing with an advanced party, a scout group, whatever it may be? What about their arms, equipment? How are they dressed? Are they uniform? Are they not uniform? Do they look well kept? Is their gear well taken care of? It may be well used, but that's no big deal. But is it well taken care of? Or is it just trash? Are they just, basically you're trying to get a good idea of what their capability is. There's so much to this also. I mean, there's so because it's like, how far out do you pick them up? Are you at your bug out location? Do you have security set? Are you in your house? Are you in an apartment? There's so many different scenarios. So I'm kind of thinking of like bug out. So I'm picturing my bug out location, our security setup, stuff like that. So if we see them coming, it's going to be a ways off. So we're going to pick them up. And that's okay. We'll watch them. We'll gather intel on them. We'll be able to figure out if it's at a scout party, where's the main party, stuff like that. So are they in vehicles? Do you notice them having comms? Are they using hand and arm signals? Are they talking to each other? Are they talking on the radio, whatever? Do they have any air support? Do you see any drones up there? Do they have a helicopter? Who knows? I mean, come on, they might. I'm not saying that's likely, but hey, you got to be aware of this kind of stuff. So you're basically trying to figure out what their capability is and their intent is. Unfriendly may just be that they're just not that friendly. It doesn't mean that they're going to all out attack you. So capability intent is a big thing, and that is based on their ability. What kind of formation are they in? Are they in a tactical formation? Like military formation? Or are they just kind of lollygagging around, walking down the trail like they're out, hiking or something like that? A lot of this stuff tells you a lot about them. Like I talked about scouts. Do they appear organized? What about leadership? Do you notice any leaders? Or any leaders sticking out amongst the group? What about ages? How old are they? Do you have any intel on them from previous encounters or from other groups talking about them being in the area? Things like that. What's the terrain like? Where they are? Where you are? What's the likelihood and the availability of ambush locations? Can you ambush them? Do you outnumber them? Do they outnumber you? Yeah, surprise and advantage. Do you have the surprise? Or have they gotten the surprise on you? Basically, do you see them coming, or are they on you before you know it? They're totally different scenarios. I can go on for hours and hours and hours about this. I'm not going to. I'm just putting out this information for you guys to think about it and to war game this with your groups so that you're aware of what could happen, or what the possibilities are, what the threats are. Yes, advantage. May not just necessarily be surprise. They may know where you or some of you are, but do they know where your patrols are? Can you contact your patrols and have them flank them or ambush them prior to them getting to your actual where you are? And a lot of this comes into, what is your group like? What is your armament situation? What is your gear? What is your training? What is your ability and capabilities and all this stuff like that? There's a lot to it, whether you choose to engage or not. These are all decisions you're going to have to make. Do you have SOPs for this, standard operating procedures? Your plans, what to do if, stuff like that. Do you have defenses? Just a sec. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. FedEx guy showed up and I had to put some more fire on the campfire, keep it going while the kids are out foraging for more campfire wood. So yes, ambush. Do you have the availability to ambush them? Is it going to be a close ambush or a far ambush? Different tactics are utilized for each. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff I could go into. Pretty much just going to kind of cover the topic generally speaking though. And this depends on terrain. Open terrain, closed terrain, urban terrain, rural terrain. What kind of terrain you're dealing with? Are you in the city? Are you in the country? Are you way out in the mountains? Are you in the plains? You know, where you can see people coming away from miles away, coming towards you from miles away kind of stuff. There's a lot to this. You know, it's not a simple answer. Just like prepping in general. There's no simple answer. It's all about knowledge, empowering you, and training as best you can to mitigate and to deal with as many different situations as you can. So, you know, what is your best avenue of approach for the situation? Should you talk to them? Should you just outright engage them? Ambush? That kind of stuff. Well, that depends on a lot of stuff. What does your group consist of? How well trained are you? How well equipped are you? And their numbers and equipment and all that stuff like that. All their capability. You don't want to be going toe to toe. Say you got like 5, 6 guys that are, you know, you guys know how to shoot and stuff like that. You can kind of work together and stuff a little bit as a team against, you know, 10 guys that look like they just got out of the army yesterday and they're all in their full uniform, you know, and you're up in the mountains and they happen to be from the 10th Mountain Division, you know, you're going to lose. So in some situations, you may just have to defend yourself and do the best you can. And you may lose. A lot of us may lose, you know. As highly trained as you are, I mean, as highly trained as I am in doing the things, I could get killed day one by a lucky dude with a rusty bolt-action rifle that just happened to see me and take me out. Lucky shot. That's why all we can do is the best we can do. Can you get by with just a show of force? Or do you actually need to engage them? Are you going to try to eliminate them completely? Or just drive them off? What are they doing? You know, if they're going around, if the roving band that you guys know you have previous intel on, that they're out there and they're doing bad things to the local community and stuff like that, you may need to actually eliminate them. Say it's like a gang going around and pillaging and stuff like that, doing bad things to good people. These are all things you need to think about. So a bad or a unfriendly militia type group showing up can't just give you a straight answer. Sorry about that. I hope this gives you guys some things to think about though, and especially non-military types, the things that are involved in this. And there's a lot more to it than that. I'm trying to simplify it. I'm trying to civilianize it so that I don't just go over your head, because I don't want you guys, you know, just not making sense of my videos. I got to put it in terms and in a way that you guys understand it. So the best thing to do though is to make sure that you are trained. You know, these things. Know how to use them. Know how to use them well. Know how to fix them. Know how they operate inside out and backwards. How to shoot them. How to use them. You know, what do? You need magnifier, no magnifier. You know, all this different things like that. So more training the better. It's simple put. And as far as dealing with the situation, hopefully you have a level head and you're just able to think quickly, think on your feet. And that's another prepper skill I've talked about before. Is your mental preparedness. Your mental ability to deal with the stuff. You're going to have to make tough decisions in tough times. There's going to be bad people out there doing bad things. And you're going to have to be, or you don't have to be, I guess, but I want to be the good, the light in the world. I don't want to be the dark. I want to be part of the solution, not the problem, basically. So think about these things, and it applies to your situation also, and your area of operations, where you are, what your situation are. Like I said, if you're in an apartment, if you're in a bug-out location, bug-out retreat with, 30 armed guys, full security, fixed fighting positions, LPOPs, communications, equipment, gear, supplies, backup, roving patrols, all this kind of stuff. Maybe you have drones up for air support, for gathering intel, keeping an eye on things. We're all in different situations. So I just want you guys to be aware of this and what some of the ramifications are, what some of the things you got to think about are, some of the things you have to look at and be aware of. So I hope this answers your question, Gray Note. Thank you. You're an awesome subscriber, awesome dude, and I know that you would probably more benefit from a very in-depth conversation of this topic, because what I know of you, that you're a pretty squared away dude. So I hope this helps. I hope this was what you wanted me to talk about. And I think, yeah, you were trying to talk about others and the knowledge that they can gain from this conversation. So get out and do the things. Train, think, war game, plan, SOPs, all this kind of stuff. I love you guys. Prep a little every day, and prep at a peace of mind, not out of fear. Love you, and blessings to you and yours.